Hello everyone, good morning all of you. Today we will see data structure, in which we will see DFS. DFS stands for depth first search. It is an algorithm for traversing or searching tree or graph data structure. The algorithm starts at the root node, selecting some arbitrary node as the root node in the case of a graph, as far as possibly along each branch of before backtracking. Now we will see walkthrough tracing, in which here you can see in a slide we have given one graph and we will calculate DFS, depth first search, in which first of all we have to calculate the process of stack. So we will revise a little bit stack. Stack is a linear data structure which is used to insert, update and delete elements at only one end. It is also known as LIFO, last in first out, and it will cover major four portions like push operation, pop operation, peep operation and update. Now push is useful for inserting an element. Before inserting, we must have to check, we must have to test stack is overflow or not. Same as for pop useful for deleting an element. Before deleting element, we have to check stack is underflow or not. Now here see in the example there are lots of nodes and edges are given, starting from A, then B, H, G, E, D, C and F. Now in a DFS, first of all we will check or conduct DFS for graph starting with node A. In this example I will start my traversing from D. In second, you can easily see I have given one table for visited array. Now in second slide I have highlighted mark D. D is our node. Now see in visited array tick mark with D. It means we have considered, we have right now at the position of node D. In stack push D. Push means inserting an element. The order nodes are visited. Now in next slide, two order nodes are visited. Consider node adjacent to D. Decide to visit C first. Rule visit adjacent nodes in alphabetical order. Here we are considering alphabetical order. So that's why our next element will be node C, because you can see in a graph D has two adjacent nodes, one is C, second one is E. So here we will give first preference for C. Now in the next slide we have highlighted C, then visited array we have to tick mark at the C side, and at last visit C means we have inserting an element C in stack. Now the order nodes are visited D, C means we have started with D, then right now we have visited up to C. Now next, no nodes adjacent to C cannot continue, so that's why it's called backtracking. Here it is the most striking features of DFS, backtracking. You can easily see in graph we cannot further travel from C. So pop stack and restore previous state. So here inserting is not possible because no further flow from C side. Now next slide you can see we have deleted C. We have popped the element of C. The nodes are visited as it is D, C. Then back to D, C has been visited, decide to visit E next. Now next, C has been completed. Now we will see next adjacent node which has E. So first of all, tick or highlight the E. Then next, we have to insert or push the element in stack. The order like D, then C, and at last E. Back to D, C has been visited, decide to visit E next. Now next slide, only G is adjacent to E. You can easily see in graph, we can move further to only G. So next, we will highlighted G, okay. Then we have tick mark. Yes, damn sure it is a sequence process. You have to highlight, you have to tick, then you have to insert or push element and write down order. Don't break the chain or sequence. Because if you are not highlighting any element, you might be facing some problems like repeating elements, repeating consideration. To avoid this situation, we have highlighted. Now next, for G, node D and H are adjacent to G. D has already been visited, decide to visit H because G has two considerable adjacent elements. You can see H and D. We have already considered D. So that's why now we will move to H. Now H. So first of all, we have highlighted, then tick in array, then insert element of H. Now our order might be like that D, C, E, G and H up to this. Now next, nodes A and B are adjacent to F, decide to visit A next. Here you can see H has two adjacent elements A and B, in which we have to follow one rule, alphabetical rule. So that's why we will give first priority to alphabetical A letter. So here you can see we first of all highlighted A node, so highlighted and tick mark in visited array. Then we insert element in stack or push in stack. Now our order continuously repeating process. You have to continuously check, trace, repeat. It is a repeated process. It is a sequence of several statements which might be repeated until some condition will be met or fulfill some approachable output. Now next, we will see only node B is adjacent to A. So here we are decide to visit B next, in which the order nodes are visited. So here we are considering next node which is B. So we have highlighted same process, we have tick mark in array, then insert at the stack. Now next, the only one node has left. No unvisited nodes adjacent to B. Now you can easily see there are no adjacent or neighborhood connected node through B. So here we are calling backtracking process. Backtracking means return back, call back, you have to delete, you have to pop the element, pop the stack. So here first of all we will remove B. Then next slide, again no unvisited nodes adjacent to A. Now we are considering again backtracking, pop the stack. So here we are removing A. Then same process, same scenario repeated, no unvisited nodes adjacent to H. So here backtracking, again repeat, pop the stack. Then same for no unvisited nodes adjacent to G, again backtracking, deleting element, pop the stack. And last, no unvisited nodes adjacent to E. So backtracking, again delete element, pop the stack. You can see the order nodes are visited as it is, but the changing must be done in stack. Now at last F is unvisited and is adjacent to D, decide to visit F next. Here you can see The last node has been highlighted, tick at visited array, and we have already inserted and pushed. Now none of nodes have left. So here no unvisited nodes are adjacent to F. Again backtracking, only one element, only one node D has available. Now at last no unvisited nodes adjacent to D. Backtracking. Now you can see in graph all nodes we have considered, we have visited, and we have already completed traversing. And you can also see in visited array table we have tick mark all the nodes. It means we have traversed all the nodes. And you can see our stack has also empty. At last your stack must be empty after completing all the process. Now at last stack is empty, DFS traversal is done. You can easily understand this topic because of this tracing technique. Watch it again and again, repeated times. Still, if you face any problem or if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me in comment section. Thank you so much all of you. Have a nice day.